Hi friends, welcome to the channel Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles. Ashish here, and today I'll be covering a classic Sudoku on our channel. So this Sudoku is constructed by Aron, and we have covered recently many classic Sudokus from this author, and all of them were really great. So this is one of the classic Sudokus that I really loved, and the logic was really different in this Sudoku. So before going to this Sudoku, I would highly recommend you to please subscribe to the channel for more such classic Sudokus, and if you have a request for any Sudoku variant or a puzzle genre, you can let us know in the comments below and we'll surely make a video on it. And coming back to this Sudoku, so as I said, it's a classic Sudoku. Classic Sudoku rules apply. You need to place digits from 1 to 9 in each row, each column, and 3 into 3 box without repetition, right? So the name of this Sudoku is The Locked Door by Aron. So let's see where do we start getting this. I've already solved this Sudoku, so yes, I know the logic for this Sudoku. It's really amazing. So let's see if we are able to solve this or not, right? 9 here, 9 here, so this cell would have to be a 9. Okay, same way we get a 5 here, a 8 here, and a 4 here, right? You have a 2-3 pair here, right? You got a 2-3 pair here, and as you can see here, the 5-8, 5-8, and a 5-8 here. So you have a 5-8 pair here in this box. Does that give us anything? Three. This is 1, 2, 6, 1, 2, 3, and 6. 1 and 3. 1, 2, 7 and 9. So this cell cannot be a 9. This cell cannot be 7 and a 9. 2, 7 and a 9. 1, 2, 9 and 1, 2, 7 and a 9. Right? Okay. I'm just writing all the candidates where I have 5 or more given digits in a particular row, column, or a box, right? So it's a 1, 2, 3 and 8, 1, 2 and 8, 1, 2, 8, 1, 2 and a 3. I have something here, 1, 2, 3 and a 7. This cell cannot be a 3, this cell cannot be a 7 and a 3. I can even write here something, 1, 4, 6, 7 and 8, 1, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? Okay, so at this point of time I would really love to go on with the logic that I was really looking forward to showcase here. I'll just do one thing is just change the, so that it will be easy for us to look and focus on the Sudoku itself but not the other things. Yep. Right? Okay, so now we'll focus on our Sudoku here. Yeah, so as you can see here, at this point I would really love to show the logic that has been used. So many people here would actually find one logic, that is a Y wing here. The moment I could see that there are candidates 1, 2, 2, 3 and 1, 3, it forms a XY wing here, right? I know many of you would have found this, and that eliminates 1 from this cell, right? So if you have a 1 here, you would have to have a 2 here, a 3 here, and then you cannot have anything here, right? So you automatically eliminate 1 from this cell. So what do we have here? 4, 5 and 9, right? We eliminate 1 from this cell. But does that give us anything? So of course finding this wiving is the most important thing in this Sudoku, but eliminating one from this cell was not at all important. How amazing this Sudoku is, as you can see here, as I said, finding this wiving was the most important thing for this Sudoku, but eliminating one from this cell was not at all important. Now let me show you why is that thing, right? Now what happens is, let us assume one thing, can both of these cells be 1? What happens if both of these cells are 1? If we go a bit further in box 2, box 4 and box 1, we see that both of these cells cannot be 1. Why is that so? What happens in box 2? If both of these are 1, box 2 you will have a 1 here, box 4 you will have a 1 here. There is no possibility for 1 in box 1, right? So we deduce that both of these cells cannot be 1, right? Of course, not at all possible. This was one of the most important things in this Sudoku. It was really difficult for me to find that. Now, oh sorry, I don't know why did that disappear, but yes, okay. So if you see now, this was the most important thing in this Sudoku, finding the ones. If both of these are ones, you have a 1 here in box 2, 1 here in box 4, and then box 1 doesn't have a 1 at all. Now we deduce that one of these cells would have to be a 1. Of course, both of these cannot be 2 and 3, because you then eliminate 2 and 3 from this cell. Now we deduce that one of these two cells have to be a 1. Now the moment you get that one of these cells would have to be a 1 and both of these cannot be a 1, you can deduce that one of these two cells would have to be a 2 and one of these cells would have to be a 3. Just maybe if you try to arrange that, if you try to put a 1 here, both of these cannot be 1, right? So if you try to put a 1 here, this would have to be a 3, this would have to be a 2. You get a 2 in this cell, right? If you try to put a 1 here, you get a 2 here and a 3 here. So whatever be the case, one of these two cells would have to be a 3, one of these two cells would have to be a 2. You have a pointing of 2 and a pointing of 3 in wiving. Amazing, right? I did not expect this at all. Now what happens is, you eliminate 2 from these two cells, because we have deduced that one of these two cells would have to be a 2 because it's a pointing of 2 now, and one of these two cells would have to be a 3 because it's a pointing of 3 now. We eliminate 3 from this cell as well, right? Okay. Now let us go on with the other thing now. There are a few places here, if you try to color 1, you could see that you could eliminate 1 from a few other places. What happens if this cell is a 1? What happens if this cell is a 1? Or maybe even this cell. So let me show you what happens here. If this cell is a 1, you know that one of these two cells would have to be a 1. Now this cell becomes a 1, and that actually gives you a 1 here. The same thing happens. You don't have a 1 in box 1. The same thing happens if you have a 1 here. If you have a 1 here, this cell would have to be a 1, that gives you a 1 here. It's kind of a symmetric logic with the ones. So both of these cells cannot be 1. What an amazing piece of logic this is, right? Really, really amazing. The moment you eliminate 1 and 2 from this cell becomes a 7 here. Eliminates 7 from this cell becomes a 7, this cell becomes a 9 because you have a 1, 2 pair here. This 9 eliminates 9 from all of these cells, and I am not sure what, you get a 9 here, okay. You eliminate 7 from this cell, you get 7 in one of these two cells, okay. Yeah, So if you see here, 6 cannot be in any of these cells, 6 cannot be here, you have a pointing of 6 here, that eliminates 6 from this cell. You have a 1 2 3 pair here, that gives you a 6 here, right? So this is 1 2 and a 4 in any order, that gives you a 4 here and a 1 2 here, right? Okay, 1 2 pair here, that gives you a 7 here, eliminates 7 from this cell, you have a 1 2 here, a 1 2 pair here gives you an 8 here, eliminates 8 from this cell. We are getting something, right? This cell is a 3 now, and that gives you a 2 and 9 in any order. Okay, this is 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 8. Right? Okay, this is a 6 now because of the 8 here. That eliminates 6 from all of these cells, so that gives you a 7 here. Eliminate 7 from this cell, that gives you an 8 here, a 5 here. Okay, 4 and 6 in any order. This is 6 and 9 because of the 1 2 pair here. 4 6 9 and 7, so this cell would have to be a 7, that gives you a 7 here, that gives you a 1 3 pair here. This is 4 and a 6 in any order. You have a 4 6 pair, 1 2 5 and 9. This is 5, so this has to be 1 5. This is nothing but a 2 9 pair. And do we get anything else? This is a 2 3. You have 1 2 3 here, so this is 3. Okay, 1 2 3 and 8. Am I missing anything? This, you have a 1 3 pair, so this has to be an 8, right? 4 5 and 9. This is 5 and 9. 1 2 3 pair, so triplet, so this is 5 and 8 in any order, so that has to be a 5 8 9 2 9 and a 2 4 5 6, so this is 1 and 3 in any order. This 5 gives you a 6 here, 4 5 4 6 and a 9, 6 and a 4. Okay, I think so. I don't remember solving this part, I mean to say uniquely. I think so. I didn't get stuck at this point. Am I missing anything? I don't remember actually. It's been a week that I solved this Sudoku, not week, I would say 4 or 5 days, but I am not sure if I remember this, but there has to be something here. Let's see. It should not be difficult actually. Okay. Hmm. 2 3 1 2 1 2, no. Okay. I'm just trying to look for a skyscraper. I got a skyscraper for 2. Wow, I got a skyscraper for 2. That's an amazing piece of logic. I don't even remember solving this. But 2 can only be possible in these two cells in row 1. And 2 can only be possible in these two cells in row 4. So what happens if I have a 2 here? Both of these cells cannot be a 2. And both of these cells would have to be a 2. So this cell is not a 2. This cell would have to be a 1. 2 3 1 3 2 and 1. Yeah, 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 3 and a 2. Wow, we somehow completed this Sudoku. That was an amazing one. This, as you see, this eliminating a 1 year was not at all necessary, but finding this wiving was really necessary. So if you could see, both of these cannot be a 1, but one of them would have to be a 1. That directly gives us that one of these cells would have to be a 2 and a 3, and that actually gives you a pointing of 2 and 3. That pointing of 2 and 3 eliminates 2 from this cell, and that one elimination from this cell gives you a 7 directly and a 6 here, right? Amazing piece of logic by Aron. This was really a locked door. Unlocking this door was really difficult for me as well, but it was really the worth it. I would say it was really worth it. It couldn't have been better. So thanks a lot, Aron, for such a wonderful Sudoku. I hope you all enjoyed this Sudoku. Do like and comment if you want us to solve any other Sudoku variant or a puzzle genre. And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you.